Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Phil Shocker, the 96 Hedgehog here, and we are here for our Week 1 battle of the RGBL. We are going against Echo here, and this was a good. This was our Week 1 match as always, and as you can see by Echo's team, he brought literally everything we were expecting him to bring, but no Gallade. He did tell me, as you'll see in the chat there, he wanted to go a Sticky Webs route like I did with Gallade and Galvantula. But if I was to be honest with him, having two electric types that, yes, do two different things and two different typings, I think when you have something like a Mamoswine there, it makes your team literally have, like, because if he gotten rid of, let's say, if I was him, if I was replacing Galvantula and Gallade, I probably would have gotten rid of maybe Charizard, but Charizard would have been really good. But I probably would have gotten maybe rid of either Garbodor, or I would have gotten rid of Whimsicott, stuff like that to put that on the team. But if he didn't have Whimsicott, then he has nothing that checks Gudra, so that was something that was going to be very. He did literally bring everything we expected, though, but the Garbodor was the odd one out, and I honestly don't think Garbodor was really the smart bring in this matchup. It loses to, if you can see him on my team, it loses to basically roughly 4 of my Mons, essentially. The only thing it's good somewhat against would just be maybe Gudra. Actually, it's only really good, well, it was Spadef, as you'll see there, but it's only really good against roughly about 2 against my Mons, so I don't understand. He's just probably for hazards, but you guys can hit that like button below if you haven't already, and subscribe to join the Frill Shocker crew today, because you'll be frilling with the king of the crew. So let's go ahead and get into this battle. Hold on, make sure music's off. Make sure my thing's gonna be mute, so that way, actually, screw it. We'll just leave it on. So let's get into the battle. So I'll go ahead and he's gonna lead with your waifu, which that's just sad. He actually revealed to be specially defensive right here, and right here I'm going to just go ahead straight up get my Sticky Webs up here. And right here, instantly going to burn a turn here of his G Max here. And it is obviously going to be still going through because that's what it is. So I was thinking to myself, I want to try to go for the double protect because, to be honest, I really kind of don't need my Orbeetle in this match. And he goes Max Airstream. Now I'm trying to actually think here, by the way. Because we do have you did give us a calc for what Dynamax Pokemon look like and everything like that. But the problem is this, like, with something like Charizard and stuff like that, you can't put the max moves in. You can't do that. So it's like, you really can't somewhat prepare them. So let me know in the comments below, do these Airstreams range from a certain battle point? Because if they were like basically like +1 or something like that, then that would be really good to know. If they're basically +1 special attack, then he just got a really good damage roll there on me right there, because that was basically, if he low rolled, I live. But he didn't get the low roll there. He got a really good roll, and that basically was going to be knocked him out. And Plumeria would have been really good because Nasty Plot, and then bop, 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 bop. Well, you could have taken some hits, but luckily his G-Max goes down. I go into Helix here. He goes for the Focus Blast, and I live on 1 HP. That was a low mid roll, and I'm so thankful for that. But right here, I'm just going to sack off Cryptid. I'm just clicking Thunderbolt, because after that Thunderbolt, it puts him in range of my Acid Spray here. He's going to go for the Leech Seed here, as I'm just going to click Acid Spray, knock him out. He goes into this, and then I'm just going to go into my Big Daddy Mamoswine. And this is where having Mamoswine being jolly comes into fruition right here. Because now he's going to go into his Choice Banded, like I knew he would be. See, I knew that. Okay, first off, I was going to click Earthquake, because let's face it, he's not going to bring. Even Cursula doesn't want to come in on Earthquake, because I could have knockoff in the back, and I could be willing to potentially somewhat sack my Mamoswine, being Will-O-Wisp or Strength Sapped in that sense of regard. But the thing is, again, like, if I can just click a button of sorts and everything like that, and get rid of his Eviolite, then he's gonna really struggle then. So he needed to get this thing on a clean switch. So he couldn't really do that. So And he knew that going to Encino was going to be better for him because if I am adamant, which he was probably thinking I was, then choice banded max speed Jolly Cincino comes in. But here's the tech, guys. There was a reason I decided to speed tie with Gallade. And that you're going to be saying like, why? You're Webb's team. I'm running Jolly. That's why you run Jolly, ladies and gentlemen. So there he was like, what the? How are you faster than me with sticky web? Because he wouldn't have been faster with me if I was adamant. So that's why I chose not to run adamant. Sometimes when I'm not gonna lie to you guys, when I do these calcs, I don't calc speed when the -1 speed happens. If I did, I would have probably given Mammoth Swine a lot of more bulk. But when you look at this matchup, if he was an adamant band set himself with Gallade or a Jolly set as well, I wanted to be able to speed tie with Gallade. Now, the reason why I say speed tie with Gallade is because I can actually try to outspeed Gallade. If he was adamant Gallade with Band or Scarf, then I outspeed if we're both -1. Because we'll both have the same speed tier. But if we're both at the same speed tier, when he drops in and he loses, like, say, his Scarf and he's adamant, I can then still outspeed him because I am Jolly. So that's why I went with the whole Jolly spread right there. Because Life Orb just made so much sense to hit against this team. So in comes this thing. I'm going to go straight into Salamandra. Salamandra's not really going to be someone needed in this matchup. And the best thing is right here, I'm going to go for my Acid Spray. I do get an unnecessary crit, which semi matters. And stuff like that. He's going to go 7 Stealth Rocks, which I don't think was a smart play. I'm just going to click Dragon Pulse here. He's going to click Nightshade. Now, I'm thinking to myself, does he save this thing? He could, so he goes into Plasma, which I actually think is a dope name for that thing, actually. I might steal that, but I already have my good name for it. But right here, I'm going to go ahead and click Earthquake here. So Salamandra picking up 2 kills. Goodra is just so good, dude. And right here, I'm just going to click Dragon Pulse till I die. Because at this point, I win this game with Grimmsnarl. With Grimmsnarl combined with my Mamoswine. And I'm just going to go with Grimmsnarl. He hasn't been able to come in and do the match. I'm going to G-Max and go for the G-Max snooze. And we are going to win Week 1 of RGBL with a 2-0 game. I did let him know that I was faster than his Cincino because I was Jolly. A lot of people question the fact that you run Jolly, and again, as I just explained, I could have sped tie or outsped an Adamant Scarf -1 speed, so it would have been normal speed Gallade. So the fact I did that with my Mamoswine was actually good in the long run because that way I could have easily still had won the game then. If I didn't, I could have just lost to a Bandit Cincino, which definitely looks like he brought because, again, my team, it's fast, but it's not super fast. I don't have a lot of super fast stuff. That's why I have webs on this team. This team really functioned well with webs. I think what I would have done here first is I would have taunted then into G-Max. So if I didn't taunt first and then G-Max, then I could have easily had potentially got reverse swept by this Cursula. So a little note of fact, guys, is don't do what I just did right then. Just go for the kill because I could have, if he was like max bulk, I very well could have just lost this game to Cursula right there. I very well could have lost this game. The only thing that would have been good, though, is that he would never have been able to burn me. The worst he actually could have done was just string sap me to death. That's literally all he could have done. So, note to self, always click taunt first, then G-Max. Because if I had clicked my taunt and then G-Max, then I would have won. I would have not been scared. But I knew my G-Max should have easily been enough. I'm going to do at least +1 of my attack stat. There's no way he can live this hit, and boom, I did. So I did take a little bit of a risk, but it ended up paying off. So we win Week 1. Really good game to echo. Like I told you guys, this team was going to be a hard build because this team was actually really good. It was really a struggle to really figure out. No Runa Regas was so good to see, to be honest with you guys, because Runa Regas could have really came back and won him this game, I feel like. With a Trick Room team, it really could have won him the game. But like I said, that's going to be Week 1. We pick up a not so dominant, but a pretty close 2-0 win. And I don't know who we face Week 2. I'm going to double check that, and we'll probably prep for that game as well. Because by the end of this video, guys, you're going to see that all five games that we needed to play Week 1 were done before the week actually began. So there's that. But I've been Phil Shotgun, the 96 Hedgehog. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all. Thank you so much for supporting me. All the best. Peace out.